Hey, it's me, Happy. No, he really isn't happy. Sorry, it's me, miserable. Anyway, so I'm doing video. I'm going to respond to Remy and I'll talk about some other stuff and read some of the comments. So this might be 2 parts, might be 3 parts. And if you're not interested, you're not interested. It's okay. But whatever, we'll see how it goes. Just want to say first, I fried another video card, but I didn't fry this one. It didn't even get hot. I mean, I was just playing a video, and all of a sudden the video went, and then the whole computer went, and then, it wouldn't reboot, and it didn't know how to do the video card thing anymore. So, kind of a bummer, but it wasn't even hot. So, I didn't really fry it, but I broke it anyway. So, sorry, the guy who sent it to me, thanks, but, yeah, well, I still owe you for postage, but, I'll get around to it. So, cash in the mail, don't really like doing that, but I guess that's what I'll have to do. But anyway, so, anybody know of good video card, one of them APG type ones, like 250 megabytes of RAM or something like that, or, that has, it has already built into it, I know how to render a video thing, so it renders videos fast, or something like that. Well, anyway, I don't know enough about video cards. And all I know is this one's a little slow, my old one, but I have to do. I also noticed the video quality. I mean, I'm pissed off. I mean, the quality of these videos should be better for the size of the files I'm uploading. That's pissing me off, so I'm going to try some experiments on this video. So the first third of the video should be better, and then the medium, and then worse quality at the end. And I'll just see how bad it is from the, fast rendering to the slow rendering, and whether it's worth the trouble. But whatever. I got to get better capture software too. But whatever. I gotta get a piece of FireWire too. I mean, I just ain't gonna pay $10 for one, but I gotta get a piece of that so I can plug my damn camera into the damn computer. But anyway, my software still sucks anyway, so who knows if it would work. But it doesn't matter. Anyway, moving on. I just gotta buy a better webcam, that's what I should do. But regardless, it doesn't matter. I'm still moving on. Alright, so anyway, Remy did a response video, and it's, I like Remy, and it's too bad, you're not going to do the stick cam thing, and you're not going to do the video thing, because I guess there's only 2 ways I'm going to be able to talk to you. But we'll see. Maybe we'll, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not leaving New Jersey, so I don't think I'll be seeing you then. But anyway, we'll see what happens. You can always hang out in the text, I guess. You can just make rude remarks. That sort of pleases you, I think. So anyway, he just made he's basically making the same points all over again, but it's, I have the bias, it's this glass half empty, half full thing, and it's always like, oh yes, well, there's the extremists on this side and the extremists on this side. I'm the guy with the rational perspective. That's always the bullshit. Yeah, nature got it just right. It's got the porridge just right. It's just like the middle porridge. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, because nature knew just what it was doing. So all you complaining ticks is no good. So anyway, he calls me a utilitarian. How can you not be a utilitarian? I mean, every part of your life is doing utilitarian shit. You make judgments about the cost-benefit ratios and equations all the friggin' time. From the very moment you're born, you're doing that crap. I mean, it's the very nature of the beast to do that stuff. You just don't want people utilitizing on life because you think it's sort of separate or sacred or something, and it's just, no, we can't point our little scrutiny vision at our own existence and call it fucktarded and stupid. No, because it's magical and mystical, because we can fly airplanes and drink coffee at the same time, and so, yeah, come on. It's a valid thing to do, to try to figure out, well, what is this pleasure thing, what is desire, what is fear, and what is suffering. I mean, these are all different things, and they have different values. I mean, they're, and it just, you can't ignore the facts. I mean, by your equation, like I said, I could just multiply some Holocaust. Instead of 6 million Jews dying in the Holocaust, let's make it 6 billion. And you'd still be excusing the human race and saying, well, it's still all for the best. Slavery was 300 years. Well, let's make it 7,000 million years, and it's still all for the best. You're just a rooter for the home team, the life home team. And sorry, but that's just, sorry, that's bullshit. I mean, there's no other word for that. It's just nonsense. And then, like I said, then you just make the cheap argument, which is, oh, it's just your depressed little brain that's making you have black-colored glasses on. I could just say you have rose-colored glasses on. At least I defend my theory. Okay, because we know what desire, we know what addiction does to people's perspective. It perverts and distorts it into, and people will do stupid and insipid things. They'll buy lottery tickets and they'll take heroin, you know, a dead-end road. It's got dead-end street written all over it, and people will go ahead and drive down it. It's got a brick wall at the end. Oh, so what? Hey, it's not a brick wall for me because I'm special. Come on, we do that shit all the time. So it's that psychology that's much more suspect. The optimistic psychology is much more suspect because that's what nature intends you to do. It wants you to keep rationalizing away the shit because it wants you to keep playing the game. That's how you survive. But we haven't figured out whether surviving is worth its salt, whether there's any real point in doing that. And we certainly haven't proven it or demonstrated it, and people can't even make a fucktarded 3-minute video explaining why it's a worthy thing to do. So your argument's kind of lame. So let's see, what is the last thing you said? Oh yeah, it's the pain-pleasure thing again. You know, you want to keep saying they're the same, and that or that pleasure is the more weighty, substantive thing, and you're going to talk about rhetoric, which I think is really silly too. That's another argument he made. It's all about the rhetoric. You know, I'm being extreme or distorting or perverting in my rhetoric. This is coming from a guy who, you know, does a video on Karl Marx, has him driving cars over cliffs or something. I mean, come on. You know, talk about exaggerations and perversions. I don't think Marx was ever the dictator of any country. So I don't think it's his fault if Stalin or Castro or somebody else fucks it up. I don't think it's Marx's fault, but you want to draw that connection, and you call that fair rhetoric. So, you know, on you and your complaint about rhetoric. The basic truth is you're not making a counter argument. That's the basic truth. When you really look at it, pleasure is kind of superficial. Even our best pleasures, okay, the actual pleasure moment is very brief. And when you look at what got us to that moment, it's a lot of ego-driven bullshit. It's a satisfaction of desire that comes out of nothing. It's not a very worthy thing. It's a silly thing. It's an attachment without a purpose or a reason. Basically just connected to how our psychologies have evolved and what made men and made them powerful and strong enough to keep fighting and battling this life thing to make it possible for them to survive. And you want to sit there and build a monument to that shit? Well, that's your privilege. I can't do anything but argue against it and say it's nonsense. It's a totem pole. It's praying to nothing. So anyway, your God is dead. Nature is bullshit. It's been revealed. The truth has been revealed. The masks are being pulled off, and we're seeing its true nature. And it's pretty damn ugly and really goddamn stupid. So that was a lot. I don't know. That was pretty good rhetoricing. 8 minutes. Holy shit. All right. So we'll call that first part because I want to do the changing the quality thing. Alright, a step down in quality. So now we'll move on to some of the comments on the last video about having kids. And they were pretty funny, some of them. Simple question. So, do you think humans should end with this generation? I'd be okay with that. I know that's not going to happen, but what has to happen is it has to become, more people have to talk about it's wrong to have kids. It has to have a stigma tied to it. It can't be something people celebrate anymore and pat people on the head for doing anymore. It's got to be something the majority of people say, what are you doing that for? Who are you to do this? Especially poor people and the rest of them. People have to start looking down their nose at such people because it's goddamn irresponsible. This is an incredibly imperfect world. Incredibly. Our social systems suck. Our economies suck. None of it has much merit. The cost-to-benefit ratios suck. The amount of suffering for the amount of people living in pleasure suck. Even people that have it all, jackasses like Michael Jackson, you know, they can't find happiness. They've got to pervert their face to, you know, into something that's, you know, some monstrosity. You know, and then they got to sit there and you know, I don't know, lick the sweat off of kids' heads and shit. You know, they're so fucktard, and then they drop dead at 50. So what the fuck? You know, even the winners aren't winning. So come on, this game is bullshit. It's stupid. You gotta have a goddamn good reason to think somehow your kid's gonna be immune to it all. It's not gonna cheat on its wife, and it's not gonna get cheated on by a shitty husband, and it's not gonna have cholera, and it's not gonna get some kind of genetic disease thing, and it's not gonna get cancer when it's 13 years old. How the fuck can you protect against any of that? And you can't. So yeah, god damn it, stop doing it. Whether it stops this generation or 10 generations, whatever. The point is, it's a dumb game. Unless we can perfect human existence, we got no business doing it. And that's just the truth. The only reason people do it is because they got an innate selfish desire. Period. There's no rational argument that can be written to keep throwing people into a rickety, dangerous roller coaster.